Hi there, my name is Lisa Beth Willis, and I am an author, speaker, teacher, mother, and friend, and daughter. Wanted to wish all the dads out there a happy Father's Day on this beautiful Father's Day and Juneteenth weekend. Also, wanted to give a few tips for people who might be hurting today. It's Father's Day, and many people may have had dads who may have been in the house present, but maybe not present in your world. And maybe as a result, you're carrying pain. Maybe your father was there, but maybe he had a problem with alcohol or a problem with drugs or whatever. Maybe he was an abuser to your mom, so you're carrying pain today. Or maybe you had an absentee father who just was never there, right? Or was inconsistent at being a presence in your life or a figure in your life. Whatever the case, if you are carrying pain today, I encourage you today to find peace. And a few tips on finding peace. Number one, forgive them. Make the decision to forgive, right? We know forgiveness is a process sometimes, right? But if you make that decision here and speak your words, because we know words have power, speak life, right? So make the decision to forgive. Tell that individual, if they are still alive, that you still forgive them. Right? That's step one. And forgive yourself as well. That's number two. Forgive yourself, because sometimes as a result of not having our parents in our world like they need to be or should be, sometimes we make decisions that aren't the best, right? I made some pretty crazy decisions in my youth, really pretty dumb decisions when I was a little younger, right? As a result of him not being in my life like I thought he should be. So forgive yourself for that, right? Number three, accept your father or mother for who they are. Don't try to change who they are. If they weren't there, if they are emotionally incapable of being what you think they should be to you, accept them for who they are, right? But at the same time, ask God to fill up that empty space that is in you that could come as a result of having them. And God will fill that for you. God is faithful. He will be your father. Okay? In addition to that, another thing you need to do is to release them. Release them from being who you thought they should be in your head. Let it go and accept it for who it is. And understand that that man or woman is just a man or woman. They're human. They're flawed. Right? These are all things that I had to do with my father. He was, unfortunately, he was 19 when my mother got pregnant with me. I didn't realize that until I actually did the math way later, because I had this picture in my head. So he was actually just 19 when she got pregnant with me. In addition to that, later on when we did reconnect, because, he was around when I was born, then we went years without seeing one another, reconnected, and then went several more years without reconnecting. And then when I was 20, we reconnected, and we were connected the whole way until he passed away many years later. And I'm so grateful for that time we did have. I wish we had more time, but I have to believe and trust God that if there was anything missing, because I've since, of course, given my life and dedicated my life to Jesus, my empty spaces are full. God fills those empty spaces. And over the years, I've had moments where, I've gotten in my feelings and been like, oh, I didn't get to be a daddy's girl. But then I had to realize who God was as my father, and the role of a father to protect and provide and to guide, right? The Lord was all that for me and then some. He was, and he still is. In addition to that, I've been blessed with, I'll call them surrogates, but they weren't surrogate dads. They were my grandfather. He was in my world. My uncles, they were in my world. I had cousins that were in my world. So I was around strong, beautiful men my whole life, still am. But with that said, that helped to fill in some of those gaps. And any of those empty spaces that you're filling, I encourage you to allow God to fill in those gaps. Just ask Jesus to come into your life and to heal the hurt. You could be saved already, filled with the Holy Ghost, whatever your religious preference is. Get in your word and realize and learn the role of a father, and realize, just accept the fact that God He's been that all along. You really haven't been missing it. You've been protected, you've been provided for, and you have been guided. And if you're feeling that pain, ask God to fill in those empty spaces, and He will. I am a living witness. So, I encourage you today to take those steps of forgiveness to lead you onto your path of peace so that you can be full. And that's today's bounce back tip. Please enjoy your Sunday, enjoy your beautiful Father's Day, and enjoy the Juneteenth weekend. And we know tomorrow is Juneteenth. All right. God bless.